What if Deku could control elements at will? Wait a minute, I need to know where I left off. I left off is Deku saving Uraka's butt. And she has dirt hands, and like, there's literal dirt hands. And Deku's like, and Uraka's like, whoa, what's your quirk? And he's like, and Uraka's like, I don't. Uraka's like, whoa, what's your quirk? Deku's like, I don't really have time to explain it right now. You need to go. And it's like, he's like, well, what about you? And he was like, don't worry about me. I got this. And Uraka's like, okay. He says, it's time for you to die, robot. And he makes his hand out of his peak limit, 800. 855 hot, maybe hotter or maybe hot as lava. But he makes it into a giant beam out of his palm. So it's not a small one, it's a big beam out of his palm, out of both of his palms. And he combines both of his palms together and makes a big beam. It's like, you shall perish. And he was like, to me. And he does it. And then he took the big giant core out of, like, there's a, you know how, like, hollows have holes in them? Yeah, he did that. He now the robot looks like a hollow with a big hole in his chest, but like a really big hole. And before the robot could even like move after he got shot by that, even he was about to the robot was about to fall, and they was like, "I'm not even gonna let you fall. You're really gonna kill someone. I don't really care if you're a robot or a human." And he makes his fist into a giant dirt, like a giant dirt hand, and he says, "You shall die." And he punches the robot across the field, and it like just lands somewhere, and you could just hear a big boom. Everybody looks back and it's like, "What's his quirk?" Everybody's like, "I don't know." And then Bakugo steps out of nowhere. He's like, his quirk is to control any element at will. And he's like, "Are you kidding me? That is a super rare quirk." And he's like, nobody ever had that quirk before. Matter of fact, nobody ever has it. And he's like, Bakugo's like, I know. That's why I said in high school that me and Deku is the only person probably gonna make it to the top number one. You scrawny little quirk guys is probably gonna lose. And he's like, you too, Icy Hot. You're probably gonna become third hero. And he's like, I wouldn't say that if I were you. And he's like, Todoroki's like, so leave me alone. Bakugo's like, what you gonna do? And they both stand each other. And then Deku just got done with the robot, and he dries his hands off, just like brushes them off. And he says, chill, guys, don't act like babies here. But was like, you're the only one being a baby. And you're like, oh yeah, who's the one that took out the 0-pointer? He was like, and they was like, that's what I thought. And like, Todoroki, don't start fights if you can't end them. I'm pretty sure you'll probably end Bakugo because you probably have hot and cold. Todoroki's like, how do you know that? Everybody should know everybody's quirk, you know that, right? And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot. And Deku's like, well, what I'm trying to say is don't start fights if you don't know how to end them. And Deku's Todoroki's like, oh, I know how to end this fight. And he's like, guys, just stop fighting. And everybody's like, Deku, you have a pretty strong quirk. How do you have that strong of a quirk? And Deku's like, I honestly do not know how I have that strong of a quirk. I just have it. He's like, wow. He's like, what's your quirk? Oraka? How you say it? And the Rocker's like, yeah, that's how you say it. And he's like, well, my quirk is to control gravity. But since I'm not really good at it, I get stomach aches. I think that's what she gets. I don't know. And he's like, hey, Grape, what's your quirk? He's like, first of all, don't call me Grape. I have sticky balls. His Sticky just smirks. He's like, what? What did you say? And he's like, I know it sounds pretty wrong, but whatever just came out of my mouth is true. And he's like, sticky balls? And he was like, yeah. Like, okay, can you do anything cool with them? And he's like, I don't know. Like, okay, let's go back to class. And he's like, Now, I am starting this test pretty late, but we're going to be throwing baseballs, and whoever can throw them the highest wins. But if you throw them the lowest, you're going to leave UA. And everybody's just shocked of how fast if they have a test, and if they don't win it, they're going to get out, and how quick that happened. So they get on the field, and Bakugo goes, like, according to plan, he draws the same score, but Deku doesn't. It's like, whew, okay. And I think this is how it works. If I'm wrong, then I'm super dumb. He rubs the ball with kinetic energy, like rubs it so fast with kinetic energy from his electricity powers. He just, okay, I'm done. And then he throws the ball, but he controlled gravity. So Raka see that. He's like, wow, he can control gravity too. So then, while he's controlling gravity, he makes it look like he's not, because he can't just make it float. That's gonna obviously look like he's controlling gravity. So then, Deku throws it really far. Like, he throws it almost all the way past Dosu City, or however you say it. And then and then Aizawa was like, wow, top score, kid. Nice job. And he's like, you're expelled. And he's like, no. He's like, then try better next time. He was like, that was just a prank. Just put all of you at your strongest will. And he was like, you really pranked us, all of that? He was like, yeah. Yeah, I knew you were gonna come last, Grape. He was like, oh. So then, they're at class. And then while Deku is leaving, he goes to the gas station to pick up a snack before he goes home to his mom, because he's about to eat dinner, but he gets a snack before. And then Mr. Robert comes in. He says, everybody, put your hands up. This is a stick up. Everybody get on the ground. And I need this money ASAP. And then Deku does not get on the ground. And Robert's like, you heard me? Get on the ground. It's like, Deku's like, but what if I don't? He's like, then I'll shoot you. And Deku's like, I want you to. He's like, are you crazy, kid? I'll shoot you right now. And he's like, do it then. And he shoots Deku. But then it like reflects off like his body's made out of iron. And then he see that he made that part of a body where he was gonna shoot him out of armor. And then he's like, if you don't leave this for 5 seconds, you're the one who's gonna die. He's like, no, I'm not. You might just have a little iron quirk, but I have a fire quirk. I'll melt you down to a little melted pulp. Feel like I want you to try that. Just for you to know, Deku trained in every martial arts before because his dad signed him up, but he never did. So when his dad left, he's like started going to all his classes, and he knows 23 different martial arts, I think. And he knows a lot of martial arts, almost all of them. So he's like, okay, then try it. And then, like for part 2.